Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe, and I have a really fascinating conversation to share with you today. It's something that I've been researching myself because I find it very interesting, and that is about how our mindset can actually have an impact on our longevity, on how long we live. And, there's so many elements that go into, what helps one person to live longer than others. And I'm not honestly trying to simplify anything here because I know it's a big, big topic, and there's a lot of, subtleties that I'm not going to touch on here today with regards to genetics and just environment and the kind of work you do and just all kinds of other stress factors and so on can impact our health. But there's been a lot of research recently, including some I think it was from Yale University. I'll put all the details in the description under the video because it's not just me reporting this. This has actually been kind of discussed and proved by testing, and that is that aging is not an endpoint in the sense that it's got an expiration date that is predictable, but it's a powerful evolving chapter of our lives, and that it's one of these things that we actually can see that if we have certain different changes in our attitude, that we might have a longer life. And the heading of the title of this video shows exactly what we're going to talk about, is how a positive perception of aging can add years to your life. And I put in the title 7 because that's the research. It shows that if you have a positive idea about aging and your mental mindset is good, you can live longer. 7 years is the number they've researched and come to. So imagine what you could do with 7 years more of your life. And nothing, of course, is guaranteed, but we do all want to live as long and happy lives as we can. And I think whenever I ask this question, would you like to live to be 100, for example, people say, as long as I'm healthy. And that is the criteria. That but I think the research that's being done is showing that if you have if you view aging as a growth moment, as a contribution to, living with purpose and passion and all those great words that we use to describe it, but with vitality, that your mindset can influence things. Now, how does that work? Well, of course, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because in the sense that, if you have good beliefs about aging and you feel that, if you have I'm ignoring some of these, these stereotypes. I'm just going to keep on going for a while. That leads to lifestyle changes that will reinforce a healthier lifestyle and maybe a longer life. So for example, if you say, I'm definitely, not going to give in to this idea that the average lifespan is whatever. I'm going to live, to be 100, or I'm going to live to be 90. I don't even put a number on it. Like, I'm just going to live a longer life than anyone might expect. And you then start doing things like connecting in social settings more often, going out and meeting with people, having conversations so that you actually become more of like a lifelong learner. You join clubs, you learn new skills. And, if you've got this mindset that you're going to stay healthy and well, then you go out and volunteer and you engage with the world. And in doing that, in worrying about aging and worrying about getting older, you actually can create, stress. And we all know, I've talked about it before, that stress can create this cortisol hormone that, it weakens our heart, it breaks down our immune system. And if we frame it, and we frame our journey, this chapter of our life as getting older, and I'm actually guilty of this. I even was doing some videos and I realized I do say as we get older. And I've got to stop saying that, because it's more of as we gain wisdom and freedom, as we mature in our understanding and in our perceptions. Those are better ways to say it than getting as we get older. And so in doing that kind of mindset shift and saying, instead of getting older, I'm getting wiser or more, more savvy or whatever, more experienced, you then start to do more health-related, stress-reducing things. And chronic stress, we know this is a huge problem for health problems, heart and blood pressure and all kinds of other things. So let's start some of the things. Staying social for longevity is a big thing. Staying connected, making new friends, attending community gatherings, going out to local shows, things, events in your town, finding new circles and connections. And part of that, I think, comes from learning more about yourself. Like if you say, oh, I've always wanted to learn how to paint. I've got this thing about drawing. Let me go find a group that is doing that. And then you make new friends, and you maybe make new associations, and you can take on, bigger roles, and the friendships then, become really powerful because they're grounded in something that you love. So it's kind of like a wonderful cycle of, you say to yourself, I'm going to live longer. You then do things in your lifestyle that enhance that, or that, drive you to that. And I've used the word thriving a lot. You thrive in 25 because you are truly not just talking about it, but you're putting it into action. And I think that's, for me, the power of that word, that we can do things in our life. We can make changes in our world that allow us to thrive in a more productive way. And I'm working on something that I think is going to really reinforce this idea of going deeper, connecting, living a longer, deeper life. And I'll be sharing it with you soon. But what can you do in the short term? Well, make these shifts in your everyday life. Start sleeping better, or, start eating better. Start thanking yourself for having this beautiful opportunity. I woke up this morning. I have a sore throat. I have a lot of sore throats. I think it's just I talk too much. But I said to myself as I walked over to get a tissue, but at least I'm alive. I'm alive and I'm breathing and I'm okay. And that was really powerful. And so simply reframing your language can help. So don't say, oh, I can't do that because I'm too tired, or I feel sick this morning. I can't, I'm getting sicker. It's because I'm getting older. Turn it into, I'll do it. I'll give it a try. Why not? And seek out meaningful activities, things that you can do that are really, really, really powerful. And so volunteer, mentor, learn a new skill, all these things. And, engage, have purpose. And then with that comes the passion, not the other way around. Keep resilient and enthusiastic. Another thing besides reframing your language is to practice gratitude, like I did this morning when I said, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm okay. Celebrate your wisdom, your insight. Just celebrate the stuff you've done, your accomplishments, and things that come with growing wiser, not with aging, but just getting more understanding. And these daily affirmations that you can do are very powerful. Simply, I'm grateful for this, I'm going to try this. Everything is coming to me in a positive way. I'm going to live a long and healthy life. I'm going to do my best to make it happen. And then surround yourself with encouragement, from your friends, from your family, and from groups. Encourage you, say, hey, I need a little support today, guys. And people will be amazed. You'll be amazed how people want to help. And of course, join groups. And here you are. And this is what you do. This is what, find an online group that helps you to see your aging as a process and a privilege, and that you've got something really good that's coming from it. Your attitude is your superpower. If you give yourself the superpower attitude that you're going to, live a wonderful, long and happy life, and, enjoyable, always learning, always growing, it could literally add years to your life. By staying active, hanging out with good people, making the most of your family relationships and your friends. Yeah, a positive attitude to aging sparks joy. And I would like that for all of you. So tell me what you're doing to stay healthy and happy and positive about your future. And, just tell me what overwhelming things the future is going to hold for you. Think about the future in a very growth-orientated way, not a winding down way, okay? Keep energized, keep happy, and keep coming back here to see me, because I'll be back with another video soon. Lots of love, everyone.